So let's talk about Samantha Fulnecki, OU student who failed her essay, graded by a transgender teacher's assistant, filed a complaint with OU. What does her future look like? And what does that teacher's assistant future look like? Well, as we know, being a persecuted Christian in the United States is very lucrative. So this was, in fact, likely just a business decision between Samantha and her mother, who has a long history of doing this kind of stuff. Now, if she follows the path of O'Reilly Gaines, her career would look something like this: $25,000 to $30,000 for speaking engagements, 2 a week. So she's already going to be in the millionaire club right there. And then she'll get to take her pick of whatever conservative nonprofit organization she's going to be a part of, probably as some sort of fellow or researcher or something like that, where they really don't do any work. They just get paid to trash talk. That typically pays $150,000 to $200,000 a year. Basically a handout, a free salary for no work. But let's not forget the book deal. The book deal is definitely coming, and the book tour is quite lucrative as well. She's going to have a book deal, a book tour, all of that all together. I don't know. How much is that worth? Couple of mil? And of course, there will be a social media career involved in that as well. Probably a podcast and some other things. Who knows how well that will do? She could likely easily rake in another $1 million a year off of that. And look, there's likely other countless opportunities that will come her way simply because she chose to target the right person. Yes. Now, what about the teaching assistant who was simply doing their job? Yeah, it's not going to be so great for them. Likely lawsuits, likely years of death threats, maybe living in hiding for a while. So probably not working for at least a few years. I mean, this is basically how this is most likely to play out. The Samantha Fulnecki's life, that's pretty much a given that that's what's going to happen. But that teaching assistant, their life doesn't have to be that way. And just because that's the likely outcome doesn't mean it has to be the outcome. It would take an enormous amount of courage, strength, bravery for this person to overcome this, if they're even interested in doing that. They would have to enter the public space and tell their side of the story and advocate for the things they believe. Maybe he has no interest in that. I don't know. Because the truth is, that is the person that is actually being persecuted here. There's no Christian persecution here. There's only trans persecution here. And I hope they can figure out a way to turn this into a positive. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Really appreciate my new followers and subscribers. You guys have a great week. Thank you.